What up, YouTube? I wanted to make a quick video to show some of the issues that I've been having with this Keihin carburetor off of my 2016 KTM 300 XCW over there. This is about the 10 millionth time I've had it apart. Getting pretty burnt out of working on it. It's got a pretty serious issue with a leaking or non-sealing float needle. It leaks severely bad out of the overflow tube here when parked on the kickstand. I just wanted to go over a few of the things that I've done to try to figure this out. I guess number one would be to verify that the float bowl itself isn't leaking, or the brass overflow tube isn't cracked, or that there isn't some sort of defect here. So as you can see, I got the float bowl off the carburetor and filled up with some gasoline. I'm going to blow through the tube here, and you should be able to hear the air coming out of here. And you can. Then if there was a defect in the casting or a crack in the overflow tube or something, if I plug the top of it with my finger and blow through it, you should see some bubbles, and you don't. Pretty good seal there. Well, the next thing, I could set this over here without spilling it everywhere, would be to assemble this float so that you can see where my float level has been set. I've also tried to polish the needle seat with this Q-tip here chucked into my Dremel with toothpaste as polishing compound. I don't know if this will show up very well on the GoPro, but you can see the needle seat down in there. It's, you know, pretty shiny and clean. I can verify that by looking closer. Like I said, I don't know if the GoPro is going to catch that or not, but I have a brand new float, a KTM part. This is the box that came in. Brand new float needle here. That's probably not going to show up too clear on this. The little clip on there happens to be new too. That doesn't really matter. So let's put this needle back on the float like that. Put this back on the carb. Like that. Grab the pin. Monkey fuck around with it a little bit. Put that in there. And then I don't know if this is gonna work out real good, but and be visible on the carburetor or on the GoPro video. But tilt this up a little bit. As you can see, right about there is where my float level is. You can see the casting line on the float is above the gasket surface. Well, it's loose there, you can see it shaking, and then it just contacts that little plunger on the needle, and that's where it rests. I'll get the light and see if that makes it a little easier to see. There we go. So that's where I'm at with the float level. That's higher than it should be. It's higher than spec by 2 or 3 millimeters at least. and it still leaks and pours fuel out the overflow. Now let me hook up the a fuel line to the fuel inlet here, and I'll blow into it and we'll see what's going on there. I'll be right back. Alright, I think I got this figured out, way to get it to work on the GoPro. As you can see, got the carburetor completely upside down. The float is resting fully on the float needle and the plunger and the float needle. Now when I blow through it now, I'm going to blow, this is a fuel inlet, the fuel hose, it's hooked up to the fuel inlet. I'm going to blow through it, and you cannot hear air escaping, and it's impossible to blow hard enough to get air to escape. And I'll show you. I'm blowing as hard as I could and there's nothing. Now of course I've got somebody driving by out front. This place is a sleepy little town, but as soon as I start doing a video, everybody wants to start driving by. Okay, so now I tilt the carburetor up to, 60 degrees or whatever it's supposed to be tilted at, and blow through the hose with the float not contacting the float needle. You'll be able to hear the air going through. But as soon as I tilt the car back, the float contacts the needle, needle contacts the needle seat, there's no airflow. Now, I don't understand what the hell is going on with this thing. Why it leaks the minute I put it on the bike. I don't know. Very frustrating. Back at you in a moment. Alright, back at you again. I'm just gonna put this carburetor back together, put the float bowl back on, and get it buttoned back up. This carburetor has the JD jetting kit installed. No, that's upside down. With the 158 main, a 38 pilot, and the red needle in the number 3 clip position. I haven't even had a chance to really try that out yet and ride with the JD jet kit and see how that works out, because of this goddamn leaky float bowl. When it's overfilling to the point where the bike smokes like a train, it's difficult to get a good baseline to understand how the JD kit is running. Where'd my there it is. Put this back together. A new float bowl gasket too. Now, after I get this assembled, it's probably be the end of this video. I don't know if there's any other little small tests or anything I can do. I'm going to show you what I've done and what's going on, but if there is, I'll definitely come back and add it to this video. Well, there it is. This piece of shit's been driving me nuts. It's to the point where I don't even want to deal with it anymore. I'm tired of jetting. I'm tired of dealing with needles and clip positions and main jets and pilot jets and fucking air screws and all the other intricacies that come with one of these carburetors. I think I'm going to get a smart carb and you know, call it quits with this shit. Oh, well, anyways, that's that.